All right, what's going on, guys? It's been a little bit. I just want to go over real quick a couple of things that we've done to the car and what we got going on. I don't know whether or not I've showed you. I need to go back and watch the videos. It's been so long. But we got the transmission in, converters in, drive shafts in, all that stuff's in. I mean, look at that sweet ass carbon fiber shaft. Yes, sir. Got the reed case bolted up from RPM Transmissions. Got the bolt together converter from Ultimate Converter Concepts. I think that's right. I think I said that right. UCC. And we got some more parts that we just got. This is going to be a pass-through for 16AN lines, or actually 1-inch lines. It's a 16 ORB fitting size that goes inside that from Billet Pro Shop. We'll be using these here Mazir sweet little ORB to 1-inch hose barb, so we can be using this here hose for our water lines. And what we're going to do is we're going to run those water lines to the inside of the car all the way forward, and it's going to come out somewhere probably right over there and follow the frame rail down. So that's the next thing I got on my list. And another thing I got going on is I've got this here sweet ATF Speed. Let me get it out here. Get everything going. Sweet ATF Speed converter charge pressure regulator. So what this is going to do is it's going to go out on your, I believe, your outlet on your transmission. Let me get to the picture here for you, so that way you'll kind of get the gist. We're going to try to run it like this, but I don't know if I'll be able to or not. The way the factory Mustang's made on the 9904, the factory cross member for the transmission, that bracket's kind of like really close to this, so I don't know how I'm gonna make that work. We'll figure it out. Anyways, it goes from your out, and what happens is this right here will actually bypass fluid and recirculate it back into the transmission, and that will lower your converter charge pressure. Now, I don't know what RPM Transmissions set this at. I have not called or talked to them. Either way, I'm still gonna go ahead and use this converter charge pressure just to be on the safe side. And the cool thing about this ATF Speed converter charge pressure setup deal is that there's ports that we can put a sensor on so we can monitor the temperature and the pressure going from the outlet on the transmission. So that's gonna be a big plus. We need to keep an eye on that. So I'll probably work on getting this in tonight and go ahead and get this in tonight. But what we've got done to the car so far is I don't know if I've told you, I've got the Mechman Alternator on here. We are gonna be selling that. And then we got the Innovator West balancer on it with a 2-pound ring. The reason why we'll be selling that Mechman Alternator, I mean, it's literally brand new, 240 amp. Hit me up if you want it. It's gonna be $400 or so. Literally that's $550 brand new, and usually 2 to 3 week waiting period. We will be running a alternator to go on to the inside belt where the AC would be at. We're gonna remove, well, I've already removed the AC, but we're gonna remove the AC delete pulley there. I wanna remove it, pull it off, and we're gonna run a standard 4654 alternator in its place. And the reason being is this bracket on this sucker is known to flex and do all kinds of crazy stuff. So, and people have problems with belts. If you want to know more about this, tune in tomorrow. Today is June the 14th, Monday. June the 15th, Tuesday. We will have Alan Garrett. We will have Brian Crane and Zach Yasko. Haven't heard from Zach, so he's on Rocky Mountain Race Week, so we'll see what he's got going on there. He may be busy. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he can get on, but we understand he's got to do what he's got to do. But we'll be talking about belt routing, the blowers, Holley, suspension, things like that. So tune in. So we're going to get rid of that. And then another thing that I've done is I finally, after having this mount from TRZ for about, I don't know, 2 years, it seems like. Let me get this light up in here so we can see it. But I got this mount for the Haltech to weld up on my bar. And as you can see, I've got her all mounted up. And right there's how she's on. Pretty sweet. I'll put a picture up in here as well of the progress or while I was doing it. So we got that in there. Another thing we got going on is we've got the new shifter in the car as well. and that's the new shifter. It is a speed matcher, and it is a little bit cheaper than the M&M shifter or the precision shifter, and that's basically what it looks like to me. A copy of the precision. I typically don't tell people to buy copies of stuff, but in this instance, if I wanted to race, I needed to spend a little bit less money to get this car ready for Indy, and that's just one of the items I had to come down on. If not, I would have bought the M&M shifter 100%. But the reason why we had to go different is because I got a clean neutral valve body. You'll notice that the sequence is a little bit different on the gears because you got neutral after third gear. Now, that's what's called a clean neutral valve body. That allows me to be in third gear at the end of the drag strip and slamming a neutral, so that way when I let off the gas after the quarter mile or eighth mile, whatever I'm running, the car doesn't nose over and it doesn't use the engine to brake it. And when you do that and the car is going fast enough, you could lose a little bit of oil pressure and that could cause bearing problems. So it's easier just to slam that sucker up in neutral and let her be, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, that's really all I've got going on. I am going to change a few things on the intercooler side of things. I'm not sure what I want to do yet because I'm still running the factory one. We did clean it, but I'm still running the factory inlet. That's just going to have to do me for now until I can upgrade that. Once I can afford to upgrade that, we'll do something else. But I'm going to take my Davis Craig pump here, and we're actually going to run that on a booster pump. If you watched the first series of Cobra Talk with Zach and Alan and all them guys, you'll notice that Zach is running he said he was running a booster pump on his Davis Craig, and it makes a big difference, and obviously it will. I just didn't know if it burned up or not. Obviously he's having good luck with it, so we're going to do the same. Because we need to get as much water flow as we can with what we've got, and hopefully we can keep the IETs somewhere around 130 and below, because I was having problems with this thing getting up to like 200 degrees, and we can't be having that. If we get that problem again in Indy, I'll probably just shut her down and we won't run the rest of the weekend. We'll probably make a pass. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna risk it. So that's just something I had to get taken care of, but everybody knows, you know, that stuff costs money, and I've already spent a buttload of money with that transmission and the drive shaft and all that stuff, so we gotta save a little bit more dollars. No big deal. Work a little bit more overtime, we'll get her eventually. That's all you gotta do is keep nipping away. But other than that, we'll clean up all this wiring, all that good stuff, and we should be ready to rock and roll. Get my seat back in it. We got new seat belts, new safety equipment coming. I've got some new shoes coming and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get busy taking care of all this stuff, and we'll have another video up. I also have a video coming that is a little bit more detailed on transmission converter clearance and stuff like that, because on a Th400 you do have a adapter you got to run on the converter. So there's a few things you got to look for. I really appreciate Hugo over, I can't think of his Instagram name, but he really helped me out with that situation. I did not realize that I needed the adapter, and he pointed it out, so I really appreciate that. And then he gave me a few pointers as well. So we'll go over that in the next video, but until next time, guys, we'll talk to you later. If you don't care, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. It really helps me. Appreciate it.